Hello and welcome to this lesson on different types of graphs and their shapes. By the time you finish this video, you will be able to first, identify different types of graphs such as linear, quadratic, cubic, reciprocal, and exponential by observing their shapes. Second, recognize key features of graphs, including gradients, intercepts, asymptotes, and turning points. Third, determine the equation of a graph by using points from the graph. Let's get started. Now let's begin by looking at the coordinate grid. This is the foundation for all graphs. In the center, we have the origin. This is the point where both axes meet. Its coordinates are 0, 0. The horizontal line is called the x-axis. This shows values of x. As you move to the right, the values of x increase. As you move to the left, the values of x decrease. The vertical line is called the y-axis. This shows values of y. As you move up, the values of y increase. As you move down, the values of y decrease. Now, every point on a graph is described using two numbers. The x value comes first, followed by the y value. So this grid allows us to plot points. And once we plot enough points, we can start to see the shape of a graph. Understanding this grid is very important because every type of graph we study will be drawn on this coordinate system. Now, let's look at two different types of graphs and focus on their shapes. On the left, we have a linear graph. This is a straight line. It has a constant gradient, which means the graph increases at a steady rate. As x increases, y also increases in a consistent way. The equation shown is y equals x plus 1. This tells us that the graph crosses the y-axis at 1 and rises 1 unit up for every 1 unit across. So whenever you see a straight line like this, you can immediately recognize it as a linear graph. Now look at the graph on the right. This is a cubic graph. Notice the shape. It is curved and it changes direction. It starts from the bottom left, curves through the middle, and then rises up to the top right. The equation shown is y equals 1 over 16 multiplied by x cubed. This type of graph does not have a constant gradient. Instead, the gradient is constantly changing. Sometimes it increases slowly, then becomes steeper as x gets larger. So the key idea here is to recognize the shape. A straight line means linear. A curved S-shaped graph means cubic. By looking at the shape, you can begin to identify the type of graph without even needing the equation. Now, let's look at two more types of graphs and focus on their shapes. On the left, we have a reciprocal graph. Notice the shape carefully. The graph is split into two separate parts. One part is in the top right region, and the other part is in the bottom left region. This graph never touches the x-axis or the y-axis. Instead, it gets closer and closer to them. These lines are called asymptotes. The equation shown is y equals 2 divided by x. As x gets larger, the value of y becomes smaller. And as x gets closer to 0, the value of y becomes very large or very small. So the key feature here is the two separate curves and the fact that the graph approaches the axes but never touches them. Now, look at the graph on the right. This is an exponential growth graph. Notice how the graph starts off quite flat and then begins to rise more and more steeply. As x increases, the value of y increases very rapidly. The equation shown is approximately y equals 1.4 to the power of x. This type of graph always stays above the x-axis and increases at an increasing rate. So the key idea here is the shape. A reciprocal graph has two separate curves and asymptotes. An exponential graph starts slowly and then rises very steeply. By recognizing these shapes, you can quickly identify the type of graph. Now let's focus on quadratic graphs, also known as parabolas. Look at the graph on the left. This parabola opens upward. Notice the shape. It forms a smooth curve that goes down to a lowest point and then rises again on both sides. This lowest point is called the turning point. The equation shown is y equals 0.5x squared. The important thing here is that the coefficient of x squared is positive. When the coefficient is positive, the graph always opens upward. Now look at the graph on the right. This parabola opens downward. Again, notice the shape. This time, the curve rises to a highest point and then falls on both sides. So instead of a minimum point, we now have a maximum point. The equation shown is y equals -0.5x squared. Here, the coefficient of x squared is negative. When the coefficient is negative, the graph always opens downward. So the key idea to remember is this. Positive x squared gives an upward opening parabola. Negative x squared gives a downward opening parabola. By looking at the sign of the coefficient, you can quickly determine the shape of the graph. Now, let's dive into some exam-style practice question. You can pause the video and try yourself. Question 1. Look at the graph and identify the type of graph and its equation. Now begin by observing the shape of the graph carefully. We can see that the graph forms a straight line. It does not curve, and it does not change direction. As we move from left to right, the graph rises steadily. This tells us that the gradient is constant. Because the graph is a straight line, we can identify this as a linear graph. This earns 1 mark. Now let's find the gradient. Look at 2 clear points shown on the graph. We can use the point -2, 0, and the point 0,2. These are easy to read from the grid. Now we calculate the gradient. The change in y is 2 minus 0. The change in x is 0 minus -2. So this gives 2 divided by 2. This simplifies to 1, so the gradient is 1. This earns 1 mark. Now let's form the equation. We know that the equation of a straight line is y equals mx plus c. We already know that the gradient m is 1. Now we need to find c, which is the y-intercept. Look at where the graph crosses the y-axis. The graph crosses at 0, 2, so the value of c is 2. Now substitute these values into the equation. This gives y equals x plus 2. This earns 1 mark. So the final answer is a linear graph with equation y equals x plus 2. Now take a moment to reflect on the process. We started by identifying the shape of the graph. Then we selected 2 points to find the gradient. Then we used the y-intercept to complete the equation. Each step builds on the previous one, and together they give the full answer. Question 2. Look at the graph and identify the type of graph and its equation. Start by observing the shape of the graph carefully. This graph is not a straight line. It is a smooth curve that bends as it moves across the grid. If you follow the graph from left to right, you can see that it goes down, reaches a lowest point, and then rises again. This U-shaped curve is called a parabola. So from the shape alone, we can identify that this is a quadratic graph. This earns 1 mark. Now take a closer look at how the graph behaves. The graph opens upward. This tells us that the coefficient of x squared is positive. Next, let's identify some key points on the graph. We can clearly see 2 points where the graph crosses the x-axis. These are at -1, 0, and 1, 0. These are called the roots or x-intercepts. Now look at the lowest point of the graph. This point is at 0, -1. This is called the turning point, and in this case, it is a minimum point. Now we use this information to form the equation. We know that a basic quadratic can be written as y equals x squared plus c. Now we use the turning point to find the value of c. At the turning point, x is 0 and y is -1. So we substitute these values into the equation. We get -1 equals 0 squared plus c. 0 squared is 0, so this simplifies to -1 equals c. So c equals -1. This earns 1 mark. Now we substitute this back into the equation. So the equation becomes y equals x squared minus 1. This earns 1 mark. Now just pause and check everything carefully. The graph is a parabola, it opens upward, the turning point is at 0, -1, and the equation matches the shape and position of the graph. So the final answer is a quadratic graph with equation y equals x squared minus 1.